Okay. All right, so we're going to get started, even though not everyone is here yet, and hopefully they will get the link and join us. So I'm super excited to have Maria with us today. We're going to be talking about why should people buy from you, and she's going to help us kind of understand the core foundational things around messaging and just what we need to put forth in our marketing and just how we present our business. And we are actually going to be doing a case study with Wachu, who's here, who's one of our super connectors, and we're going to be looking at her business, and Maria will be giving her some tips. So it'll give you guys some really concrete examples of how you can enhance things. So Maria, I will let you take over, and yeah, you can just let me know. So next slide, you said, right?
Yes, if you want to go to mine, then I can introduce myself.
There we go.
Yes. So as Jennifer said, I am María. I am in Spain at the moment, nearby Madrid, and I do work as a communication consultant. I am very good at, and this is actually what is the core of my business, with cracking conversations open with entrepreneurs. Actually, they are either service providers or product providers. It doesn't matter so much to me. What I do is help them get the pieces together and translate the complex concepts into language that everybody can understand. Basically, this is the way they reorganize their services, they move forward, they decide about their business strategies and how to approach clients in a way that is more comfortable, natural for them, but also for their clients. So this is what I would like to do today with you. I have structured today's session in a very practical way. I like it to be efficient. And I'm gonna guide all of us through these three different parts. The first one has to do with money, and I will explain why do I start there. The second one has to do with the experience that we have as customers ourselves. Who do we like to buy from? What do we buy? And the third one is going to be the case study so that we can make it practical and go into the business of Wachu and help her with it. And then I would like, if it's possible, if we have the time, to open the micro and listen to your questions. So that's basically how I have structured the session. And if you are ready, I ask you on the chat. I cannot see it at the moment. If you could introduce briefly yourself and what you are doing, because I was interested in knowing whether you are a service provider or a product-based business owner.
Yes, I can actually read the intros that we have so far, Maria, if that's helpful.
Yes, please.
So we have Rangappa, I think, originally from Thailand, now living in France. She's a social entrepreneur running a project in the textile sector. Mm-hmm. And she heard about the event on LinkedIn. That's amazing. Welcome. We have Doris. Doris is from Nigeria. And D. Agbadu Investment Limited fashion brand. So she has a fashion brand. Mm-hmm. And then Wachu is also a fashion brand, sustainable fashion brand in Kenya, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, so those are the intros we have so far. I would say that generally most people are product-based, but we do have some service-based business owners as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so shall we dive into it?
Yes.
Then I would say, let's get off the presentation and see each other's faces. I think it's much nicer.
Okay. Sometimes people can't turn on their cameras just because the internet is not really strong. But if ever you are able to turn on your cameras, that would be really great.
Yes, I would love it.
So we can see each other. I don't know if people can or not, so.
So I'm going to ask another question for the chat, because I think it's better than to open and close the micro many times. But what would you say that is at the moment your number one struggle with your business? And while you post your questions or your answer, actually, I'm gonna run you through the first question. And the first question is about money, which apparently is very far away from communication, but this is one of the lessons that has been, for me, the most painful to learn. And it has taken me a long, long time. And it's the difference between running a business and having a hobby, something that I really love, but that is not really very sustainable, economically speaking. And I think this is something that happens very often to people like us who start our businesses, not only with the idea of earning a living, but also because we are moved, we have the drive to create something that is meaningful for us as individuals, for our communities, for our countries, for our sectors. I have worked with many, many artists and creative people, and I think this is one of the biggest difficulties. We are so driven, as I said, by our passion that we tend to postpone the numbers. We know that, wow, this month was good, last month was terrible, more or less I come round, but it stays in a sort of vague, more or less not being very clear about how the financial foundation is working. And in my experience, when I've worked with them, once that's clear, it also brings very interesting questions about the type of services or products that we are offering and about the decisions we need to make in our business to run it in a more profitable and efficient way. So here is my first question to all of you, and it's about your revenue goal. You have an idea of how much money do you need to make per month? And if that's so, write it down, please, on a piece of paper so that you can see it throughout the workshop. You don't need to share on the chat if you don't want, but it's very clear that you are clear about it. And the finances is not my specialty. I want to share with you also a very important lesson. And it's that you really need to come to a number that covers both your business expenses, your life expenses, and not only just to survive, but to really earn a living that you enjoy living. So you don't want to take it to the bare minimum. You want to take it to an amount in which you can really enjoy, and not only the present, but maybe also the future, to save for holidays, to save for your children, for studying, for further investments, for your retirement. Each of us have our own priorities. But this is important because when we, again, run the numbers, we tend to really stick to the bare minimum. And this is a way of thinking about our business that we really have to shift. We also need to be very detailed about all the expenses that we write down there. So I bet that you've come with a general number now, but I invite you to, after the workshop, go through it, go through all your expenses, and make sure that the number you wrote down really covers your needs. And if it doesn't, don't be afraid to change it, to lower it, or to higher it. I think it's higher in it for most of us. And I remember very well the first time I did it. I think this is a classic. I was shocked by the resultant amount. Yeah, and there are lots of costs that are undercover, and it's important to do this exercise honestly with you and with your business, and then sum it together in an amount that represents your revenue goal. Yeah. You have questions so far that you want to throw on the chat? Okay, then I'm going to move to the next one. The next question has to do with you stepping back and reflecting on your business. I want you have present your portfolio. What are your products? or what are your services? What are you offering to your people at the moment? Yeah. And either with numbers or with your feeling, I want you to highlight what do you think, or which one is the most profitable offer. That is the one that once you take the costs apart, is leaving more money on the table. And I'm gonna give you a couple of minutes to write them down. And again, to circle the one that you think is more profitable for you. And that can be either because you have worked on it so long that you can productize it, you can make it work very efficiently. It's easy to deliver. It doesn't cost you much energy. It pays off, not only financially, but also in terms of satisfaction, which is also something that we should be considering. And I'm going to ask you to circle the one. And if you are doubting between 2 or 3, just pick one. This is a difficult exercise sometimes, decision making. Now, the next question is, which one do you sell the most? And again, I want you to circle it. Because as you see, we are going to make a combination of what is more profitable, what do you sell most, also the one in which you excel the most. That's it, the one that you are best at. Because you may be much better designing bags and creating bags than maybe trousers, or serving one-to-one clients than group programs. It may be that you excel more in communication than in management, and you have 2 offers about different offers. Yeah, so think in which one you are best at, and actually the one that you would also like to work on a long term. Again, looking at satisfaction. Because when you want to improve your offer, you're going to have to invest into it, your energy, your time, your research. So you really need to connect, to relate to it. Yeah. The next question, when it comes to defining your product, has to do with customer satisfaction. In which of your products or your services are you getting the best comments? Where do you feel that clients are most satisfied? What helps them best? And as you see, we are making a shift. And this is also something that I see very often when I work with entrepreneurs, is that sometimes we are struggling so much defining what we do and how we do it, that our focus is focused inwardly. So what can I do? What am I good at? What's my service? How can I package my knowledge? How can I package my products? What could I design? And it's very focused on the I. And gradually with these questions, we are shifting the focus towards the client. What helps them best? What serves them best to solve their problem? What gives them more satisfaction? Where do you get the best results? Because they are really happy with the product or the service that you deliver to the door. Yeah. So whenever you do this exercise about your business, please don't stay stuck in what you do. Turn around and look at your client. And if you don't have so many clients yet, engage into conversations with the ones you have. Ask them back. Get the pulse of what's going on. Do research. This is really, really important. Because sometimes we really get a very different impression running our business and what is actually going on. I can give you actually an example from yesterday. This woman is from Congo, and she runs a business which has to do with creativity, content creation, and art creation. And we were discussing about the value of the service, especially if she wants to take it away from content, and what is offering is creativity services, so that she helps people to create their own service. And on a certain moment, she was very insecure about the value that she is delivering. So I invited her to make a round from the people who she has been working with in the last months, and ask them explicitly, and not only clients, but also people who have engaged on her Facebook page or on her Instagram page, to start conversations and ask them what is that they get from following her app. Yeah, because everybody says, oh, basically what I get is inspiration. Yeah, okay, but that inspiration, how does it help you? And she started collecting many different examples of day-to-day life, of how the inspiration had transformed these people's lives, in their personal lives, in their families, in their relationships, in their businesses, in their content creation. There was a huge spectrum of impact that came through the fact that they got inspired in her presence. Now, that helped her at the end of the day, not only to gain confidence and security in the value that she is delivering, but also to decide about which offers she wants to focus and how does she want to price it. And I think actually this is an example from a service deliverer, but could also be applied to a product delivery equally. Yeah, and I'm going to give you at the end an example of a brand who does this very, very well as well, so that you can take it as inspiration. Okay. Now, hopefully you have this list of your products, and still we have to add two more things. One is the price range. So what's the price range of this product that you are serving? The one you are excelling, the one your clients are most satisfied. You have to cross all these answers. And if you have the price range, let's say it's 50 euros or 100 euros, how many of them do you need to sell to make your revenue goal? Yeah. So this is a little bit running the maths again. So if you need to make $2,000 and your product is 100, and you will need to sell 20. How feasible it is in reality that you sell 20? Because you may realize that it's actually fairly simple. Or on the other extreme, you may realize like, it's not going to be easy to sell 20 of this one. In which case you need to make small tweaks so that you come up with a product in which both ends can meet. Yeah.
I just want to take a little pause. We have a lot of new people coming in now. I think the email went out.
Okay.
So I just want to welcome everybody who's just jumping in. A lot of people are coming in now. We had an issue with the emails going out. So, but we are, I think, about to jump into the piece on why should people buy from you. So we also have the recording that we can send to you after, so you can catch the first part.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Basically, yes, a quick sum.
Sorry, go ahead.
I was going to do a very quick recap for those of you welcome that have just joined us, because we went through the first step of why people should buy from you, and this has to do with finances. So we have just be guided through some questions about what's the amount of money that you should be making every month, so that you are running a business, not a hobby, especially for creative people. Then which is the service or product that is more productive, that leaves more money at the end of the month on the table, and how many of those should you be selling? And based on that, I want you to decide in which product you want to focus. So basically, if you have too many products, I would like you to make the exercise of choosing one, or choosing a spectrum. Let's say I want to focus on clothing. I want to focus on masculine clothing. I want to focus on bags. Yeah. And I know that this decision making is or can be painful. At least it has been painful for me. I would like, and also I would like to read you in the chat, if you want to comment, how do you feel when you think that you have to choose one of your products instead of all of them? Just the exercise. At the end of the day, you can do whatever you want, but trying out, how does it make you feel? And here I want to give you 2 examples, also why people plug in. Product-based examples, I think it's also interesting. Jennifer, maybe you want to share the Instagram account I gave you before. This is called...
yes, just give me...
yes, we have some people in the room who are in the fashion business.
Yeah.
So this may be a good example for you to get to know. Okay, it's an Instagram account which is called Counting Clouds.
Can you see it?
Yes, well, I can.
Fantastic.
I really recommend you to go into her account and look into it. And briefly, the story. I know her. Elena it's her name. I don't know her personally. I just know her as a client. And it's also interesting, or was interesting for me, to observe what has been my journey as a client with her. But basically what you see now that she's creating is jumpers. Nothing else, made either of merino wool or cotton. She's also a sustainable fashion brand. And we can speak about her business later on more. But she has made the journey of really choosing a type of product, which is these jumpers. At the beginning, when she launched her brand, she was doing many more things. She was doing jumpers for men as well, children's wear, babies wear, and also, I believe, things for the home, for the house. And fairly quickly, she moved into specializing into jumpers for women. And the only thing that is an exception within her collections are 2 models that are unisex, both women and men. Sometimes her clients ask her, why doesn't she go back to create different stuff? And yesterday, in preparation for this session, I was mailing with her back and forward. And the reason why has to do with productivity and with being able to really craft an exquisite product instead of offering many products in which she could not excel. So her way of running her business is that every season she focuses on one collection, and next to the collection also in 2 or 3 basics, as she calls them. And she launches those at the beginning of the fall, at the beginning of the spring, for the whole summer. This, what you are seeing here, was the collection of the fall. And only introduces different kind of products, which she does in cooperation to other fashion designers, like the necklace we just saw, and she has also a leather belt which she launched recently. But that's the only things that sort of break the model that she has created. Yeah. There is also another Instagram account, Jenny, if you want to show it. It's called Milola.
Oh.
Milola. Yes.
This one?
Gluten-free. Milola gluten-free, the second one. Sorry. And again, for a different experience, yeah? Milola started also as a bakery, and as an actual bakery, not as an online shop, in Barcelona. And they are specialized in gluten-free products, which back then, this was 12 years ago, in Spain was a very difficult market. They created not only cookies. Actually, cookies, I don't think they were like the stars of the menu they had. They created brownies, muffins, tarts, sachet tart, and everything was excellent. But the production costs were extremely high and difficult to manage. So when they decided to close the cafe and only do online business and service directly to providers, they choose one among all their products. And those are the cookies. And again, in the same way that Elena did, they created, I don't know how many, I think 6, 7 different types of cookies that they are serving at the moment, but only cookies. Now, the name, the recognition, and the expansion that they are getting, not only in Spain, but abroad, it's enormous. And that comes thanks to the fact that the cookies are like extraordinary. So again, they got really the chance to dive into the product creation. And that was because they narrowed, yeah? So now, moving to the next session, why should people buy from you? I think we can stop sharing the screen now, Jenny.
Okay.
I have to say it's a little bit weird for me not to know anything from any of you. So I would really love it if you can comment on the chat and see if we are managing all together. So I think another important question, apart from the finances, to start understanding why people should buy from you is to understand why do you buy yourself? Yeah, because most of us are actually looking to serve to clients that are very much alike ourselves. And to understand how do we get excited enough to buy something? What are the triggers? What are the doubts? What are the stoppers when we are buying from other people? Gives us a lot of valuable information about why the clients buy or not buy from you. Yeah. So I want you to jump back in memory. And that may be to yesterday or to a month ago or to half a year ago. But I would really like you to think about a big investment, something that you really paid for, that puts you a little bit on the threshold of like, ooh, yeah, this is, should I pay for this? Should I not? You know, because it felt like, well, luxurious, or like you really had to give it a lot of thought. Do I deserve this? Do I need this? You know, a little bit on the verge. Yeah. Yes, it's a very emotional decision. That's why I'm interested into understanding what are your emotions when you are buying. Yeah. For instance, I have here some questions to guide you through your behavior and through your client's behavior. I would like to know, if we think about it in terms of steps, what steps do you follow? For instance, are you one that does research before buying something? Or is really impulsive buying? You go to Google, you compare stuff, you follow recommendations, you are scrolling on Instagram and you see somebody like counting clouds and you fall in love and you click buy. How do you do it? And yes, the question, Maureen, she says, why I buy from myself? Because I know the origin of the products and where it's going after it's done, after I'm done with it, if it's not food items. So for Maureen, it's really important, I guess, that you are into a sustainable business as well. How things are produced, how things are transported, how things are recycled afterwards, whether they have a second life, or what's happened with that. And those are probably values that in your service or product are going to be very important as well. And again, are going to be important to your clients. So you have to make sure that you are communicating those. You see? What are you doing, Maureen? So once you know if you are the researcher type or you follow your impulses, another question I have for you, and this is also interesting to understand how your clients behave, is how much time do you need before you buy? It's a matter of 10 minutes. It depends on the products. It depends on the price. It depends on the risk that you perceive. You may take 3 or 4 days so that you come back forward. You know, you open the website, you go through it and you go away. Do you need to speak it through with somebody else or not? What are your doubts? Think about all those questions because they are going to give you a lot of valuable information to understand how your clients navigate through your, let's say, Instagram handle or through your website. Yeah. For instance, I am one who likes to scroll through the Instagram account, and I am somebody who is very visual. Doesn't need to be beautiful, but to me, it needs to feel beautiful, to feel good. Yeah. If something feels good to me, the chance that I hang around is very big. And I think this is a truth for most people, because human beings, though we are very hooked to information, which will come now, actually the first way we grab something is through our senses. And for some of us, it's about the way that something feels, but for somebody can be the way that something tastes, for instance, and not only like something that you put in your mouth, but when you are on an Instagram handle, how does it taste for you? Like, this is nice, or not so nice, you know? How does it sound? So how does it feel in my skin? All those senses, how does it smell, are guiding you and are guiding your clients. That's why when you create your communication, when you craft it, you really make something creative out of it so that you can speak to the other person's senses. Yeah, that's something very, very important. And if you don't know where to start for what speaks to you. You fall in love through the eye, through the taste, through the smell, through the sound, through the light, through what you can see. So create and communicate in a way that satisfies you. And start observing what satisfies the person on the other side as well. Yeah, this is really, really important. Because when we create, in order for people to buy, we tend to be obsessed about the message, like what we say through the words. But actually, there are so many ways that communicate before the words do. Yeah.
We have a few comments here.
Yes, I'm seeing what you as well. It says like, see first, I research first impulsively. And if it's something I like and something unique and within my budget. So here again, you have two things that are important for you. Uniqueness, remember it for later, and budget. Yeah. So you are making a good combination of something that has to be quite exquisite, and at the same time has to be possible for you. So you are speaking to the emotion, but you're also speaking to your account, to your rationality, to your numbers. Yeah. Are we together? Now, I have another one, because sometimes we are scrolling about people's page, but we like it and we don't click the buy button. Sometimes we even have it open, and sometimes we even put our credit card details and we step back. What's holding you back there? Is it fear? Is it doubt? You think you don't need it? You think you don't deserve it? And these again are questions to run through later on, because these are likely the same doubts that your clients are gonna feel. And they may even not know that they are feeling it. They are just know that they are jumping back. So it's good when you craft your communication that you speak about this, that you guide them through, that you give them the information they need. So by the time they come to the click button, they are at ease with themselves, at ease with the decision. Somebody's saying, depending on the types of products, some products I don't think for too long because they are essentials, or I already know the suppliers or providers. So you are here a recurrent buyer, I understand. And if it's something that I won't die if I don't have it immediately, I take longer to decide, yeah? So I will research on it, feedback from friends, write reviews, etc. And price usually doesn't matter anymore when I can see that the value is over the price. Okay, so you have to make sure that you provide a similar experience, that you are producing and giving them something that is so unique and so, I don't know, is the English word net, like so clean, so aligned, that for them, this last sentence you wrote, I think is very crucial to you, that the value is over the price, you know, that the value is providing, and not only in the terms of the product, but also all the importance that you give about the fact that they are essential things, that you trust the providers, that they are accountable for sustainability. Those are the things that have to come through when you communicate. Yeah. Fear of the unknown. So for instance, if you are creating your own communication, how could you lower the fear of your clients to the unknown? And this is where the use of testimonials and social proof and to read about other buyers' experiences, it's important. Yeah, that's why we use it. And the distrust, Washu. Will it be the exact same product online that I will receive? This is a good one, and especially also when I look at some examples, this is why when you craft your shop, you really should be very attentive to giving people not only the photo of the product, but also the information about the product, yeah? So measurements, size, examples of how, you know, it stays on people, recommendations on, okay, this is specially created for a person with this shape of her body. Is it clear what I mean? For instance, Counting Clouds, the example I put before, if you want to look into her shop later on, after every jumper, see the last picture is always the pattern with the measurements. And then you can see not only the measurements, but you can see the shape of the jumper. And as a matter of fact, before I bought something from her, I messaged her because I was not sure about the shape and how would it stay on me. So I indicated my body is like this. And she said like, no good for you. It's so straight. And I thought, but I really like it. And she said, yes, I know, but you are not gonna like it on yourself. Which personally, as a customer, I found like a fantastic customer experience. You know, next time I saw something that I really like, I bought 2. And that's part of my whole trajectory as a client with her. Yeah. And this leads us already to another question that I've seen in many examples that is missing. And it's really like, as a buyer, what information do you need? Is it about measurements? Is it about what? Yeah. I have some, I was distracted by a message here. So I have some questions about you here. Which information your clients need, what feelings you want to give them, and also give them the context, like how is it going to improve their lives? And here is when it comes a good photography with some lifestyle photos that really makes them feel how do they use it in their daily life. Yeah. So we are going from the money all the way back, reverse engineering into the experience that your clients have when they are in your world, when they are in conversation with you. And this is essential when you want to communicate. If you want, we can jump now to the case study.
I like what Maureen just said. She says sometimes when she leaves things in the cart, it's usually because she wants to check other online stores again. So like comparing, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Here, Maureen, the thing to ask yourself is like, and why at the end do I come back to one? It's because I trust them more, it's because I like them more, it's because I have good experiences with them, the quality is better, the price is better. What are the values? Yeah. What I'm trying to ask in all these questions is to give you like a roadmap when you can review the session afterwards and really guide you through each of them, because you're going to get very valuable information that you can then put in your communication. When you draft your text, when you create your logo, when you choose your colors, when you do all these things that we understand as a brand, and very important photography as well. So maybe it's nice now, Jenny, to open our Instagram handle.
Sure. What choose?
Yes.
Yes.
What choose? Would you like to unmute yourself?
Okay. Yeah. Can you hear me?
Very far away.
Okay. Yeah, my bandwidth is a bit low. Can you hear me better now?
Yes.
A little bit. Yes. Yes. Okay.
Okay, Watsu, from everything that we have been going through, what do you think is for you the most important to tackle at the moment?
The most important is just trying to feel the way the clients are feeling, or how would I feel when I'm buying something, and to translate that to my clients. So the point that you brought up, I need to think about it a lot more.
Okay. Would it be helpful for you if I give you what was my experience as a first-time visitor?
Yes, please.
Okay. I will do it frankly, yeah? Like if somebody who just drop into your website, actually onto your Instagram account, which was the first page. And yesterday while I was preparing, I wrote some questions. So first of all, I thought, oh, but what's he selling? You know?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I could see like sustainable fashion, which is something that speaks a lot to me, that I liked.
Okay.
But then the rest was not so clear.
Okay.
And the first place I stopped was at your description. For instance, you have Kangadelic three times on the top. Yeah. I think the second Kangadelic, the one that has shopping and retail underneath, this should communicate better what can I expect there. Yeah. We'll go back through the description now. But then I scrolled down. I didn't go into detail. And then I saw all the stories. And then I saw all the posts. And then I went to your link tree. And then I saw if you click on the link tree, you're gonna see.
Yeah.
I saw a lot of things again. You see, it's a long link tree.
Yeah.
And then I had a feeling of like, please guide me. Where do you want me to look at? Help me to focus.
Okay.
Because this gives me too much choice.
Yeah.
You see what I mean?
Yes, I do.
Then I think I scroll and I click into all of them, and I got a picture of who you were, because that was a question I also had. I thought, who is behind this brand? Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
I didn't know, and actually I wanted to know. So I was very happy. You have a video where you are interviewed, and I
Yes.
to me really made a difference when I heard you speaking on first person.
Okay.
Yeah. So this is something also
Alright.
to bring much more forward.
Okay.
Then I thought maybe she doesn't like to be on pictures or videos so much, you know.
Yeah.
And I wanted to give you the example of Counting Clouds, especially for you, because
Okay.
this is a brand, and she also writes in English, okay, so that you can read. But I wanted to give it to you as an example of how is it possible that a person never comes on the screen, because actually I don't think she has one single picture of herself, and she is very private on that.
Okay.
And nevertheless, all the time you can feel the person who is behind it.
Okay.
And in her case, I think this is crafted through the texts that she writes.
Okay.
Always very brief, very short, but always very informative, and at the same time very personal. So she gives an opinion like, this jumper is really made for somebody who does need a feeling of comfort in a winter cold day, you know? So it helps me to connect with, again, how do I want to feel? And in all the small details throughout her business, I can feel her. I can feel the values that are important to her, okay?
Okay.
So in your case, what I would do is to make the exercise of decision making. Because if I go to your shop, eBay Germany, is it right?
The eBay Germany and eBay.com. The eBay.com is more active. Germany is a bit slow at the moment.
Okay. I don't know if you have that one here, but I saw that you have a lot of products. Also in your stories on Instagram, I saw, like, you know, you have menswear, and you have masks, and you have cooking dresses. I don't know how it's called in English. Aprons. You have bags. You have a lot of things that you create. And at the same time, in the interview that this man made you speak something about now we need to improve the quality. And when I connected these two things, I thought, wouldn't it be easier for you to highlight your business if you would choose something to focus on? And I know that then comes the fear of like, okay, but I can also do all these other things and I'm not doing it. You know, I may be losing business or not, you know? And this is my personal opinion. Something I really loved were the bags, the leather bags. I had the impression that here you could make really something outstanding. Yeah, that's my personal opinion, but I want to give it to you. So how could you use your skills, your crafts, all the different patterns that you design in order to make the most outstanding bags? Also, bags are products that are not cheap. So you can price them fairly, and probably the margin would be higher than with a mask or with a scarf, you know? And then from there, you could start creating collections. So this bag comes with these two scarves combined. So it doesn't mean that you never do them, but again, that you choose when to do them. So you highlight the value and the price. You see what I mean?
Okay. Yes, yes, I do.
And this is an idea, doesn't mean you need to do it, but it popped up when I was going through your website.
Okay.
And then again, I will clear out here. So like link tree, guide me to your shop, because at the end you want me to buy from you. Yeah?
Yeah.
Jenny, you want to go back to the Instagram handle, please?
Yeah, I just want to share a few observations also here based on what you said, Maria. So I would definitely streamline this as much as you can, Wachu. And like, for example, we already have your social links here, so you could remove these. I would also, like Maria said, definitely bring to the top the main items that send us to where we can buy stuff.
Okay.
And this one, for example, I would rename it to something more powerful that says like our sustainability impact, or like why we are sustainable or how we are sustainable. That would make me want to click more. And then for your media stuff, you could just have one button that says, you know, Candelic in the media, and that leads to a landing page with all of your media features, you know?
Yes.
Okay.
And all of this would allow you to like really shorten this up, like Maria said. I so appreciate this. I know how dedicated you are to us, and we love you, but we should be at the bottom of this list for sure. Because you want to prioritize your brand first, you know? So this could be at the bottom with like contact or something. I would also definitely recommend having a contact button here in case people want to reach out. So just a few things.
I think what is important from there at the end, whenever you are crafting something, not only on the link tree, is that you need to focus people's attention. What do you want to guide them? Basically, because you want to give them a good experience. So the experience is make my life nice, make my life easy, you know, basically. The same applies here to all the stories. Yeah. So I would, the same that Jenny just said on the link tree, I would apply it here. I don't need to see everything. Plus some things can guide me to confusion. Yeah. Now, specifically on the shop, and here came we are not going to go to the shop now, but when you are, for instance, you have this first dress here. When you create things, make sure that you give me all the information about the size, about the measurements, the practicalities, you know? Make it easy how to order. Make sure that you write a text. Yeah. Now, I want to look with you. Jennifer, if you could go high a little bit to the description. Yes, okay. Now you describe here what you sell. Color and vibrancy of coastal culture and lifestyle through the contemporary clothing and accessories, sustainable fashion, slow fashion, the aim to order. Yeah? Yes. I think here you have the pillars of what can be your content. But you need to tweak it a little bit. Because I'm not buying color and vibrancy. I am buying clothing and accessories. Yeah? So how would you rephrase this? That you say clothing and accessories, you know? Contemporary is a word that you also need to consider, because I understand that you mean like it's modern design.
Yes.
What does it mean contemporary to you?
Contemporary for me is using a traditional fabric, but in a modern way that it can be worn in all over the world. It's not like traditional clothing with using the traditional fabric.
Okay.
Yeah.
Later on, you're gonna go to the recording and I'm gonna write this sentence down.
Okay.
Because you're explaining it very well, and this is what should be in here.
Okay.
Yeah. And also when you post, when you write, when you share your creations, it should go with it, you know? So I'm pulling from you the information. Now, something I want you to explain me about. What's coastal culture?
Coastal culture, more relevant to Kenya, because the kanga is a fabric that is worn along the coast a lot. So the Kenyan coast, yes.
Okay, so they are different cultures with different patterns?
They have different patterns, and they have the proverbs which come with meanings, and they're gifted for like weddings and ceremonial use.
Okay. This is something that also you should use.
Okay.
Yeah. And also, why did you choose this coastal culture and not other culture?
Okay.
Why did you choose it? I want to know.
Oh, you want to know?
Yes, I want to know.
Yeah, because it's colorful and vibrant, and they take great pride in it, and they still wear it to date. So, like, you see a lot of women at the coast, mainly like Mombasa, along the Kenyan coast, like wearing the kanga around their waist, and then they use it to tie the babies on their backs when they're doing chores and things. So, like, you see it all over, and it's affordable to everybody, and yeah, it's traditional to the Kenyan coast. So like Kenya, Uganda, Tanzania, and Zanzibar. Well, not Uganda, but along the coast. It's a popular fabric, and it's steeped in centuries of history.
Okay, so this also should be another piece of content, yeah? And because you also speak about lifestyle, I want to know, how do these people incorporate it? Now, I have two more questions. Why color and vibrancy are important to you?
Because kanga is colorful and vibrant. So, like, even the name Kangadelic is a play on the kanga and psychedelic, which was in the 70s. Bright and colorful products. So I explain it in the last post on Instagram, how I coined the name, and just showing the colorful, vibrant kangas.
Okay, but is it a matter for you of that you like it, or the way it makes you feel, or what do you feel? Because I've never been there when you are surrounded by all this color and vibrancy, for instance, on a market or on the street.
Yeah. For me, it's just very exciting, and just seeing the colors and what people select. And it's also, it's very exciting when they release the prints every Monday. They release them every week. So just trying to choose and see and imagine, what am I going to make with this, and what will people like? What will go best with this print and with this color and pattern?
Okay, so this here you start speaking about your creativity process, how you choose the people you think about, and so on. Now, most of your buyers, where are they in location?
Mostly in the US. US, and then in Kenya, mainly like tourists and expatriates. So they come and buy when they're going home for the summer or for Christmas as gifts. And so we'll also customize products for them. Okay, so you see, this is one of the things that should be on the stories, customized products. This is something I like, Okay.
In the sense that it makes it already exclusive. So, okay, let's say that you are creating the bags, as I was giving as an example, you can customize my bag, and makes it already. I give you an example. My glasses are also handcrafted, and they also customize them. And it's a reason why I would go again and again and again to buy from them.
Okay.
Because if I want, they can really create ones that are specially done for me.
Okay. Yeah.
So this is also something to highlight. Okay. There you get also ideas for stories, like about creation, and so that I start getting the experience, the feelings of the brand.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. And then by the time I get to the product, I'm really like, wow, I want to see what she does. And in the product, again, I would really cut down, like make a choice of what you really like most.
Yes.
Okay. Some other idea, when you think about color and vibrancy, and you have some pictures of Berlin hanging, for instance. So let's say that for your clients, not in Kenya, the contrast of your creations with their day-to-day life, which is probably more like on a city environment, maybe not so vibrant or vibrant in a different way. You could also use that contrast to bring a bit of Kenya and the coast and the sea into their lives and play with it, you know, play more with color and vibrancy. Why would I like to buy it here in the middle of Spain, you know? Why would I like to wear it here? Again, what would it mean for me? This is something you have to craft, you have to dig into it, yeah?
Okay.
And then another pillar, which you already mentioned a little bit on the side, is the sustainable slow fashion.
Yeah.
I saw the interview and you speak a little bit about it there, but really share with us, why is this important for you?
It's important for me in that, well, especially like when we're making the products, we don't waste fabric. So we make reusable bags, reusable tote bags. That's our packaging material. We don't use plastic. And we like giving our clients gifts. So it's a little something extra. When they spend a little bit more, it's something that we give them. So everything we make, we pack in those bags. And so even when we were doing the masks, we had the little mask bags. Some people were packing them in plastic bags, to be little matching cloth bags. And then also sustainable in the sense that we care for the environment. So we have 2 collection centers in Naivasha where people drop their recyclables. And we were working with the fishermen in Mombasa and on the International Coastal Cleanup Committee. So we're very passionate about the environment and keeping it clean, and people to take care of the environment and not just to discard things indiscriminately into the environment. Okay.
So again, when you watch the recording, transcribe this bit and use it. Because for instance, you share this picture that Jenny is showing now, and this would go beautifully, and actually it will give the meaning to the picture, to why you hang it. And it will start creating like the pillars or the, like the DNA of your brand. This is what is important, what is dear to us. And if you have clients like me or like some of the people who are in the group this afternoon for whom sustainability is really like a must, it's like a no-brainer, I'm not gonna go to I personally am not gonna go to another shop and look around. And all those are the things that you need to highlight. So basically what we are doing is digging into things that are already there, but are sort of very hidden, like so, very, very soft. And I am helping you to like, no, pull it up, bring it to the front.
Great. Thank you.
Also,
Maria,
because yes, I'm gonna finish now. Jenny,
it's just because we have unfortunately with this whole mess of emails, we have another session starting on the same Zoom. So we have to edit 3 in 2 minutes. So we have to finish this one so we can start the other one.
Yes. I am done. I was gonna say to end up that you have created a brand that has the words vibrant into it. So make it vibrate, bring your voice, bring your beautiful stories. Don't be shy, and make sure that if you don't want to show yourself, you don't have to. But your brand has this vibrancy in it. So make sure that you bring it forward.
Okay, great. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
This was really great. The case study was so helpful to get like really concrete examples to see of things that everybody can enhance. And apologies for everybody who came in late. We had issues with the emails going out and people didn't get the links in time, but we did record this whole session with Maria. And the recording is going to be in Ecom Connect, usually by tomorrow, maybe this afternoon. So if you go into the event description, if you go into events, past events, and into the event description, the recording will be there. Along with Maria's links, if you want to, follow her or reach out to her, all of her links are in the event description as well. And Maria, just thank you so much. This was really great. I always love how you dig into people with really, really important questions that gets us thinking just way beyond what we normally see in our business and in our marketing. So this was really, really fantastic.
Thank you to you all. I just want to say that I know the questions may be a little bit boring, but it's worthwhile to go back and look at them, because actually the case study is built on those questions.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, everybody. And please go watch the replay if you showed up late. And thank you, Wachu, for letting us dig into your business. It was really great.
Okay, thank you so much.
You're welcome. Have a wonderful day, everybody.
Okay,
Bye-bye.
Bye.